Namaste, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the 5-5 transmission. Woo! Archie Bear can be a good boy. Namaste, brothers and sisters. Let's do this. Let's literally do this. Just going to wait for everyone to jump on the call. And hello, Grace Solaris. Hello, Liseth. Hello, crew, ground crew, representing. To see if there's any people that need to be added to the group. Hopefully they don't. Namaste, beloveds. Natasha Clark. Namaste, sister. This is so amazing. No requests in the group. That's good. Hello, Sherry Duncan, Lacey Ring, Thomas Orban. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Woohoo! So amazing to be with you all. It really, really is. Yep, it's in the right group. I can shut the computer. Kelly, woohoo! Delith, Angie, hi Murray, hi everybody. So amazing to be with you all. It's like all the work that we've been doing in the transmissions and in our community feels like it's been building up to this. Does anyone else agree? I do. I think it's all been building up to this. It's just like, this is it, guys. It's like, this is what we came for. This is what we incarnated for. Was like this particular conjecture of time. And in a way it was like us as light workers, that was our preparation for the role that now we're all being really, really asked to step into. And it's quite a challenging role because there's so much misunderstanding in the collective about who the good players are and who the bad players are. And so that causes so much pain and confusion in our communities. But we were born for this. We were born for this, guys. Our hearts and our intuition know really, really what is going on and that God has won. God has won already. Like, this is a fact. And that timeline has already played out. The light has already been victorious. But it's just taking a little bit of time to seep down through all the higher dimensional realms into the third dimensional realm. And in that process, as it's trickling down, we are awakening as many of our brothers and sisters as possible. They need to wake up on their own accord. Like, this is what Mother, Father, God has decreed within this whole awakening trajectory. Like, they need to be pushed to awaken off their own accord. Like, gone are the days where we can like go and spoon feed everyone and say, oh yeah, you know, he's a good guy, she's a good guy, believe this. It's like people have to get pushed to the point where they are open to receiving the truth and open to disclosure within their own consciousness. And it really deeply feels as though what is being played out on the global stage at the moment is a real push from the white hats to expose the deep state players and their agendas, because so many of these deep state players have been seen as the good guys, but they're not the good guys. They're the really, 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 really evil, like pedo satanist bad guys. But because the mainstream media has done a big number on humanity and made you think that the bad guys are the good guys and the good guys are the bad guys, there's so much cognitive dissonance that it really, everyone is now being pushed for them to go, oh my God, oh actually, hold on a minute, the President of the United States is saying that we're good to go, we're good to open up America, like we're done, we've got our cure for the virus, we're good to go. And he's now stepping back and watching how the governors are making those decisions within the states and how much they're bringing in their police powers, how much they're going on a sort of like fascist timeline. It's so genius. Like, what is being played out right now is so genius. And it really massively is helping, isn't it, hon? It's waking up so many people that were like particularly in America, because in a way the spotlight is on America at the moment, because what happens in America is going to reverberate throughout the world. That's just how we all made an agreement, like on a soul level, that was how it was going to play out. So if we just look at America and what's being played out, It's absolutely genius. Like me and Liam were talking about this today, and we were just like, whoa, like, you know, people are waking up now. People are waking up. All these people that have voted Liberals and Democrats or whatever, they're seeing and they're taking to the streets, and they're going like, we want freedom, we want liberty, we want what the president says. But it's their governors, that whatever they are, whether they're, I don't know, most of them are sort of like Democrats, whatever, but they're the ones that are enforcing these fascist laws. So this is activating a massive wave of awakening. So yeah, well played for Trump, like well played, like, you know, and if we go to a lot of the Q drops, like they'll talk about that, they'll talk about the process of awakening. You can't just go in there and say, oh yeah, Trump's a good guy and Q is like, you have to show people, and then you have to get in there where their cognitive dissonance has really kicked in, so that these players are exposed themselves, and that is what is happening, and it's absolutely genius. Like, it really is. So our role is to really deeply trust in the process and to know that God wins. Like, if there's anything that I want everyone deeply to take away from our time together, is to absolutely 1,000,000,000,000,000% anchor in the knowing that this victory belongs to God. Like, this is the end of the age of Kali. This is connected to all of the long count calendars that ended around the time of 2012 to 2020. Why did all the long count calendars, from the Inca to the Mayan to the Aztec to the Egyptian to the Hindu to the Balinese to the Indonesian, why do all their long count calendars end at exactly the same time? Because it is the ending of an age, and all of the galactics knew about that, because they were able to see, because they had much bigger brains than us, they were able to see the precession of the equinoxes. They were able to see how the constellations evolve, and how the planet moves within its constellational sort of, like, I can't remember, ecliptic, I think it's called an ecliptic. So they were able to see that, and then they were able to all individually say, yeah, it is the end of the age between 2012 and 2020 that is going to be the end of the age as we know it. And because this is marking the end of Kali, the age of Kali, which in Hinduism is referred to as the age of darkness and the age of destruction and materialism, and where humanity is sort of like being pushed to that most extreme edge of darkness. This is all part of the divine prophecy, soul fam, you know. And so, but we've come to the end of that time. Like, we have now reached the end of Kali Yuga, and we are going into the golden age. So this is God's plan. This isn't my plan. This isn't your plan. This isn't Trump's plan. This isn't Q's plan. This is God's plan. This is God's plan at play. And we are all players. We are all playing our role in this timeline, in this victory. Do you know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? Like, we are all the saviours. Like, every single star being that has incarnated, like, we are manifestations of this victorious timeline. Like, that is what we are. And so there's absolutely, it's the most extraordinary height of illusion to project that it's about that this person is going to save us or that movement's going to save us, because we are all part of this. We all signed up to be part of the winning team. Look at us, look at me. I'm always going to be on the winning team. Like, whichever planet I incarnate in, I'm not exactly going to incarnate into the losing team, nor are you. Like, we're winners. We're very, very high level beings, and we are winners. So this is what my prayer is, for us really to trust in the plan, trust in God's plan, and know that we're all playing our role to manifest this victory on the lower dimensional timelines, you see. Because on the 5th dimensional timeline, victory to the light's already won. On the 4th dimensional timeline, there's still a bit of a battle. The reptilians are still holding on a little bit. On the 3rd dimensional timeline, there's a lot of people that need to wake up. Do you see what I mean? This is a multi-dimensional chess game, or what is unfolding can be viewed from a very, very multidimensional perspective. And it feels to me that when people get scared, is when they tune into the 3D perspective and they allow themselves to absorb the vibrations of their family and their friends who are asleep, who don't know about the golden age, don't know about the victory of the light, don't know about the fact that we're ending the age of Kali and going into the golden age. These people that you are hanging out with do not have a clue about the higher perspective. So it is your job now, like the reason why you're here is because you are a leader of consciousness and you are a way shower, and it is absolutely imperative that we stand firm and stabilised in our trust of this great plan. And we always know it was going to get a bit hairy. It was going to get a bit hairy with the Dracos and the few reptilians involved. It was going to get a bit hairy, but we were born for this, guys. We were born for this, and I'm telling you something now. You can affect your vibration. You can transform your vibration. I've been spiritually awake since 1995, and I can honestly say, hand on my heart, I have felt completely and utterly immune to all lower dimensional forces. Like any targeting, any attack, like that hasn't been able to touch me because my vibration is too high. And so those lower energies can only affect you if you drop your frequency, you know. But if you keep raising your frequency with all of these tools that we're constantly sharing about in the group, I'm constantly guiding everyone to stabilize into 5th dimensional consciousness. And like, this is the real deal, brothers and sisters. Like, this is how we win, is by mastering our own frequency and vibration and really, really deeply taking responsibility for the fact that we're all like transmitters and we're all like tuning forks. And the world isn't going to give you that master frequency. It's going to give you a very low 3D frequency. So you don't want to start attuning to that lower 3D frequency, because then you start getting very confused and lost. You want to remember your sovereignty. Remember you are Mother, Father, God's daughter or son, that you hold the Christic blueprint untainted within your consciousness, that you hold the seed of the Christ within you, and you need to water it. It is your job and it is your responsibility to water that seed. So we water that seed through gratitude, through kindness to ourselves, through having a very, very powerful relationship with our inner child, through remembering that we are the parent of our inner child, and it is our duty to make sure that our little child feels safe in life and has lots and lots of fun. That is our duty and our responsibility. It's nobody else's. It's your job. It's not your twin flame's job. It's not your parents' job. It is your job. And this is how we affect our frequency and allow it to stabilise in those higher echelons and those higher vibrations. We also keep our vibration very high by being kind and serving our brothers and sisters. So always thinking of ways to be in service. Whether that's when you walk out the road, when you walk out the house and you go into a shop, being really super present and kind and complimentary to the person selling you something, or whether it's just in the car and letting people go. It's just really, really being in that vibration of kindness and service to your brothers and sisters. This is how we maintain an extremely high, stabilised frequency. And this is what makes us impenetrable to lower fear vibrations, you see. So it's our job, it's your job. It's your job. Like, it's never going to get any clearer. It's never going to be more clearly explained that you are sovereign. Like, nobody has the authority to crown you or to acknowledge who you are. You must be self-sovereign. You must say, I remember who I am. I'm Mother, Father, God's daughter. I am Mother, Father, God's son. I wear my crown with pride. I understand that I live in a matrix that is not able to give me my crown, doesn't recognise my divinity, and actually has colluded to inspire the opposite memories within me. So therefore I must claim my crown. I must remember my crown is in the etheric field, and it is waiting patiently for the day that I place it on my head, because nobody has the authority to crown you. Do you really think anyone's got the authority to crown me? Who on this earth would have the authority to crown me? Nobody, because I am sovereign, and so are you. And when we remember that, then this is our greatest gift to our brothers and sisters, is to remember our divinity and remember our sovereignty, and to wear our crown with pride. That is the greatest gift we can give to our brothers and sisters. So, just sharing all this because this is the energy that we want to be taking from this transmission. We want to be taking this faith and this confidence in the divine plan, that we know what's going on. We know that a great and wonderful plan is being played out, that we all agreed on prior to incarnation. We all agreed on this. We all created the timeline. This is our destiny, to be here now, to be a part of this. So it's very, very important that we maintain that vibration of way shower, of illuminated one, of a leader of consciousness. It's so important, brothers and sisters. Like, if you can really, really stabilise, you will never be able to fathom how powerful you are. I cannot fathom how powerful my vibration is as one who is stabilised. I get little tiny glimpses when people saying, wow, you know, your transmission really helped me, and then I was able to have a conversation with my mum, and then like it just ripples out. Like, it really, really does. Because it's the truth. We're working with the truth, and the truth is love, and the truth is that God is love, and that we are all God's children, and we are all loved, and we are all so precious, and we must all love ourselves. And that is the truth. We are all worthy of love. You are worthy of the love of yourself. Yourself needs you really, really to step up now and to be very, very active in your love affair with your child self. So that's just my little preliminary opening message that I want everyone to just take deep into their heart, and may it give you power and strength that I have. Like, I feel like I have so much power and strength, like knowing and trusting in this plan, and that knowing helps so many people. Like, it really does. And if all of us on this transmission, there's 230, if we can all stand in that place, imagine what the ripples that are going to go out. And that is the plan, and that is the purpose of these transmissions, is to accelerate the timeline of stabilizing in these higher vibrations. So welcome to all the new people. We've got quite a lot of people from Twitter joining our community. I'm so happy to see loads and loads of new people sign up. It's really exciting. And just to let everyone know, we're going to be going on a very, very deep guided meditation. Can you go and get me that piece of paper with the writing? And we're going to be going on a very, very deep guided meditation. Now, if you've never done a transmission before, the energies that we are working with are very much connected to the super consciousness, and so and to your unconscious. And so because of that, it's very easy to get knocked out like super fast, and before you even know it, you can be sitting up even and you could just get knocked out. So if you lie down, there's a very, very, probably like 99% chance that you will fall asleep. So I encourage everyone to sit up. It's not going to be a long journey. It's going to be about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And we're going to do massive, massive deep work for ourselves personally, but also for the collective, more importantly for the collective. So I invite everyone to sit up with me and Liam and just hold space for the collective. But if you do decide to lie down and you do fall asleep, that's perfectly fine, because maybe you needed to let your conscious mind just step out of the way so that these codes could really drop into your unconscious. So it's all perfect. Like, let's all just really be gentle with ourselves and trust the process. Very, very important, brothers and sisters, that you don't make comments during the transmission, because there are going to be moderators that are going to be moderating, and we don't want to be stealing the energy from them. They're going to be deep in the meditation, and it's not fair to just keep writing unnecessary comments that the moderators then have to say, please can you not comment while we're in a transmission. Just don't comment. Just keep it to yourself and save it till afterwards. The main reason people comment is because they have trouble with the live stream. So the only things I can say about that is, please try a different device, either an iPad or a PC or a laptop. If you're doing it on the phone and it's not working, try a different device. The other thing is, try a different browser. Say, for example, you're in Chrome and it's not really working, try Safari, try a different browser. Another thing is to just keep refreshing the page. and then hopefully you'll catch the live stream. But also it could be that your higher self doesn't want you to do it right now because the meditation needs to be staggered, and so we're going to have a pool of people doing it now and then people doing it at different times. So if for whatever reason you're having trouble with the connection, just surrender, just trust the process and know that that is perfect. I think that's all the announcements. So we're just going to get ready to go in now, brothers and sisters. So just calling to the moderators, whoever's moderating, just to keep a little bit of an eye on, because obviously we're doing it in the big group. There are some people that may not be meant to be here for whatever trolley reason. So just asking the mods to keep an eye, and so I think we're ready to go. So if you've got a candle, it might be a good time to light a candle, and just going to light a little bit of sage just to open up our sacred space. I got given a gift today. My little friend Lucia, who's 9, she came round to my house and she said, "Jen, I've painted you a picture," and it says, "Love is the answer, peace." Love is the answer, peace. And Lucia's 9, and she's one of my best little soul sisters in the world. And I thought it was really auspicious that she bought this picture today, and we're going to be working with Avalon, working with all the energies of Beltane and the goddess and the green man. So we've got a really, really high auspicious blessing here, brothers and sisters. So it might be a good opportunity to just light some incense or light some sage. We're just going to open up this sacred space. As we just prepare our energetic fields to go in for this very, very deep, very, very important service to humanity. So just inviting everyone now to please find yourself in a comfortable position. Ideally with your back straight, your back supported. We're all being invited to begin to take some deep breaths, breathing in through our navel center. And as we breathe out, just bringing our awareness to the places where our body is in contact with the floor or the chair. Staying with our breath. On the next breath, just visualizing any tension in our shoulders, releasing, being removed right now. Releasing any tension that we're carrying in our jaw. And again, just bringing our awareness to all the places that our body is in contact with the floor or the chair. Giving yourself permission to relax deeply. On the next out breath, visualizing a grounding cord coming out of your root center, and like a multidimensional tail, feel it extending deep into the core of the earth. And as it extends into the core of the earth, just take a moment to tune into the colour, into the texture of your grounding cord, of your tail. For many of us, it will be white, be rainbow-esque. But just whatever feels right to you, just really just take a moment to connect with your grounding cord, with your tail, your multidimensional tail. And with each out breath, just allow your tail to go deeper and deeper. Feel it extending miles down, deep into the core of the earth. And feel it wrapping itself tightly around the core of Mother Earth. Grounding you, anchoring you, stabilizing and attuning your frequency to that of Mother Gaia, your true home, your true vibration. And now please observe as your grounding cord goes deeper and deeper into the core of the earth, it begins to spin and activate some crystalline light codes. Begin to be activated within your tail, your multidimensional tail. And just feel those light codes now being absorbed back up to you through your grounding cord. And just breathe them up into your base chakra. And just get a sense of all of these crystalline light codes forming like a bath in your base chakra. And now, using your out breath, please visualize a great pillar of white light extending from your base chakra all the way up your spine, out the top of your head, reaching up to the heavens, to your higher self. And as you send the pillar of light high up to your higher self, just get a sense of your higher self connecting. Your higher self is your eternal self, the aspect of you that exists beyond this body, the aspect of you that is forever resting in God's hands. Allow yourself to stand under this vast radiance, this vast light, as you connect with these love waves that begin pouring down from your higher self, these beautiful pink love waves that are streaming down. Just allow yourself to open your palms just to receive these light codes. They're coming in very pale pink waves. And just allow these waves to wash over your crown, wash down the back of your head, and just wash over your shoulders. For so many of us, we carry so much tension and pain in our shoulders. So really take a moment now to allow these beautiful pink waves to wash away like a sponge any tension, any pain, any unresolved trauma, any painful memories, any fears that you are carrying. Deeply allowing yourself to bathe in the frequencies of this deep healing as your higher self continues to send these exquisite waves. Take a moment now to observe how the light from your grounding cord and the light from your higher self are meeting in your crown, in your heart center. And visualize in your heart center there is a golden chalice, and that all of these frequencies are meeting and merging in your heart center, and they are creating a toroidal field of these grounded energies, and these heavenly energies are mingling together, creating a force field of powerful presence within your heart center. Let's get a sense now that within the very center of the golden chalice, some golden nectar is beginning to spew forth. And this is very, very high level nectar from your Christic soul, from your Christic blueprint that was awaiting the activation of the 5-5 portal. So just allow yourself to observe this golden nectar as it bubbles away in the very, very centre of your heart, in the very centre of the golden chalice in your heart. And it is producing almost like golden coins and golden, like gold chips even, are beginning to spew forth from your golden chalice. And this is reminding you of your birthright as Mother, Father, God's son, as Mother, Father, God's daughter, that you are. This is your inheritance. These codes are your inheritance. You are a direct descendant of the highest spiritual authority in the multiverse. So allow your golden chalice now to hold this memory of this gold, of this abundance, feeling this abundance like a waterfall spewing from your heart, overspilling as you open your palms to allow this golden nectar to pour down into your palms, to allow your whole entire body to be bathed in this gold. Visualizing yourself now being entirely bathed, entirely covered in this golden nectar, the richest, deepest golden nectar you could ever imagine. Holy golden nectar. Feel yourself as though you're having like a body scrub, a body wash, but this body wash is gold body wash. Seeing this now just pouring over your whole entire body. And just notice now how the gold is communicating to your DNA, and it's pulsing out frequencies to your DNA, reminding your DNA of its truth, of its true manifestation beyond the illusion of the third dimension. That we are eternal avatar beings. Feel these codes now communicating with your DNA. Activating all of your higher powers. Activating the fountain of eternal youth. Remembering that we were created to incarnate in these vessels for up to and beyond 2,000 years if we choose. Feeling this golden nectar, feeling the frequencies absorb with your DNA, like a microwave, like a cosmic microwave, cooking your DNA, heating up your DNA, sending signals to your dormant DNA. And we can visualize this now as a kernel of popcorn. And visualize now how these golden frequencies are microwaving the popcorn, cosmically microwaving the popcorn to transform. Just get a sense now of this golden nectar covering each kernel and coating it And just observe how it is beginning to expand before your very eyes. 1, 2, 3. Feel the popcorn popping. Feel your whole entire being popping corn as you activate your DNA, as we activate our DNA, knowing that we are working with the principle of the 100th monkey, and that as we activate, we are activating the entire collective. Please get a very, very deep and significant sense of the momentum of these kernels transforming. So feel yourself now full of popcorn. Your whole essence feels much lighter as we are activating the highest echelons within our DNA patterning, pertaining to the full coming online of our Christic gifts of health, of well-being, of immortality, of eternal youth, of levitation, of interdimensional travel, bilocation. All of these gifts are in our DNA, and we are activating it now. Please repeat the words, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is, internally. We're being asked now to visualize a loved one. It could be a child, it could be your mother. It's being called now to just visualize one person that you love, and just to see them in front of you having this experience of this level of popped corn within their being. And just notice how this family member, it could be two. I'm seeing two. Two family members wanting to come forward now. So just see them really, really having this experience of transformation on a DNA level, where their vibration is literally being lifted. Visualize them now in front of you, and just see them just smiling, beaming. See them crying tears of gratitude. And for some, they'll be saying sorry because they really didn't believe us. Take a moment now to really just see the humility and see the power returning back to your family members as they fully allow themselves to be bathed in their fifth dimensional Christic blueprint, their fifth dimensional Christic self. Their oversoul consciousness has now been invited to take over. As these family members are coming to the new earth, they are coming to the new earth with us. Please bring your hands in prayer position and bless these family members, knowing that this is a very, very deep soul contract that we made to meet at this time. Give thanks to them and make a promise that you will send energy to these family members, knowing that there's going to be deep shifts happening for them and that you will be there to support them. As we allow them to fade now in our consciousness, knowing that this work will continue for many, many days, months, years, and years to come. And just tuning back into your own self and that sense of this expansion within your DNA. That which was hard has now become fluffy. That which was hard has now become malleable. That which was very solid has now become quantum. Please get a sense of this within your own physical self as we are anchoring this vibration for all of our brothers and sisters. And now each and every one of us are being called to visualise our own little child self, aged anywhere between 3 and 5. And we're just being asked now to visualise our inner child self sitting on our lap. And just feel yourself just placing your arms around your inner child self. And just really now take a moment to bring the vibration of presence, of attentiveness. Acknowledgement, connection. Just take a moment to tune into your inner child. How is your inner child feeling right now? For many, they will be very, very numb. For some, they will be very happy. So just see yourself placing your hands around your inner child self. And just get a sense now of waves, healing waves coming from your heart. And they're like, it's almost like psychedelic waves that are washing over your inner child. As we are now fast tracking, for many of you, a very, very profound inner child healing. Keep sending those waves from your heart. For many, there will be magenta waves, deep pink waves. Keep pouring those waves into your inner child. And take a moment now to have a dialogue with your inner child. We're being shown that these waves are having a very, very powerful effect. So just take a moment to tune into your inner child whose energy has shifted a lot. And he or she is very happy right now and very childlike and playful and silly, just like a child. Just take a moment to give your child a big hug. Big bear hug. And promise them that you will never ever ignore them ever again. And just feel the joy and the safety that emanates from your inner child, hearing those words. And just take a moment now to look into your inner child and see how they have shifted. They look different. They look like they've gone very cosmic. They look like they're channeling their higher self. Please observe this. This is the upgraded 5th dimensional version of your inner child now, brothers and sisters. Just allow yourself to take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, just get a sense now of your inner child beginning to merge entirely back into you. We are bringing our inner child home. Back into our consciousness, our hearts, and our body. Take 3 deep breaths to seal this extraordinary healing. And now all of us are being asked to visualise ourselves standing at the top of Glastonbury Tor. And we are all dressed in white, and we all have bare feet. And we are making a circle around Glastonbury Tor, which is the heart chakra of planet Earth. Feel yourself holding hands with all your brothers and sisters, and just get a sense now of squeezing the hands of those on either side of you. And the sun is setting, and it's the most beautiful, glorious sunset in Avalon, the top of Glastonbury Tor, one of the most magical and powerful places on this earth. Feel yourself standing there. And then all of a sudden it becomes very, very obvious that a ship, a Pleiadian ship, has made itself present in our atmosphere. Just look at this ship. Look at the beauty of this ship. Feel the love that is emanating from this ship. Know that this is our soul family. Get a sense now of the ship getting closer, and all of us being very, very calm, very, very present. As the ship gets closer and closer. And just notice now that it lands very gently, but it's an anti-gravity, so it doesn't literally land on the ground. It just comes and hovers just above the ground. Please observe this. And this is a show. Our galactics are putting on a show for us, and we all know that. So just... Archie. Take him out. So please, please observe. This beautiful ship, and it's just landing as all of us stand in awe, feeling so much love, almost like we're having a mystical experience, feeling God's grace and God's presence. And just notice now how all of a sudden the ship begins to open in a very, very unconventional way. Our minds can't even imagine how the ship opens, but the ship begins to open, and it's almost like an energy field opens within the ship. And as this occurs, two beings step out of the ship, and they are larger than humans. And it is very clear to us that it is Yeshua and Magdalene. But Yeshua and Magdalene this time are presenting in the form of the green man and the goddess of Avalon. So just observe how they're somewhat giant beings. Just notice how how Yeshua and Magdalene step down from the ship, and they begin walking towards us. And their hearts are illuminated in ways that we cannot possibly explain with words. And just feel their love and know that you are home. Know that you are home right now. You made it. Welcome home. Take 3 deep breaths, knowing that you are home. This is it. As you stand with your soul tribe on Glastonbury Tor, in the presence of Magdalene and Yeshua in the form of the green man and the goddess, representing the full power of the sacred masculine and the full power of the sacred feminine. And just feel their waves that they are pumping to you, that you are home. You are home. Just feel them looking around silently and looking around the circle, transmitting to everyone, you are home. Welcome home. And then suddenly, everyone just starts clapping and cheering. Notice how everyone just starts celebrating. All of us in the circle start celebrating because we are all feeling it, and it's so palpable and it's so tangible. Just feel us all hugging each other, crying, lying on the floor, whatever it is, but we know it, we made it. Just notice that Yeshua and Magdalene are just holding space. They're just pumping out these frequencies of welcome home. We are all one. Humanity is so sacred. Humanity is so precious, so important. Every single one of us is such an important being. Every single one of us have worked so hard on an evolutionary level to be a human being at this time, to be incarnated as a human at this time. We are the true movers and shakers of the universe. And Yeshua and Magdalene are telepathically beaming out this message. At this point, telepathically they communicate to us to all sit down. As we all sit down and we make a circle. And all of the communication is happening telepathically between them and us. And they begin to talk about the current state of affairs and about the importance of the reason that we, the ground crew, have gathered. But as they speak, they have so much light. They have so much hope. Hope that is beyond hope. Knowing that the light has already won. And they ask all of us now to sit with our spine straight in this holy place of Avalon as we work with the sacred energies of the green man and the goddess in the heart chakra. And we are all now being guided to take a moment to visualize our own town squares, cities, villages. And we are being asked to visualize a black tape is placed around the center aspect of our town or our city. And this black aspect, this black ribbon is representing the deep state's agenda to keep everyone in lockdown. So just get a sense now of your personal town. And notice where you can see this black ribbon. And as the ribbon becomes very, very clear, we are all being asked to visualize entire towns now being filled with people. But no one is stepping in that circle. There's a circle of black around the town centre. So just notice all of your neighbours, all the children from the schools, the hospitals, absolutely everyone is now stepping out onto the streets. And they're all waving flags of happiness and very, very positive messages of love, of the fact that we are all awake now, we're all on the same page. Please just get a sense of all of your community coming out, whether they're Republican, Democrats, whether they identify as a liberal, as a socialist, it doesn't matter. Everybody is all coming out as one, waving golden flags and different types of flags with very, very positive messages. Notice the streets piling up with people as everyone is heading to the town square. And as everyone suddenly arrives, it's completely and utterly packed with people. Please observe now that there are many policemen and women. In fact, there are 33 policemen and women that are dressed in very high level military uniform with helmets. We can't see their faces. Just get a sense now of these 33 police officers walking towards all of us. And now we are asking them, they are being shown that they must make a line. All of the police officers must make a line. And then at this point, it becomes very apparent that Archangel Michael and his divine counterpart, Lady Faith, as well as Saint Germain and his divine counterpart, are suddenly on your high street. So get a sense now of these great ascended beings. Archangel Michael, particularly, is coming forward. The Archangel of Justice, the Archangel of Truth, the Archangel of Protection. So feel Archangel Michael's presence come forward now. And Archangel Michael stands right next to you. And in his hands, he's holding a golden pair of scissors. And then all of a sudden, all around the circle, every person around the circle is holding golden scissors. And Archangel Michael telepathically says, I'm going to lift my hand up, and as I let my hand down, I give you permission to cut this false restriction. So Archangel Michael lifts his hand up. On the count of 3, he brings it down. 1, 2, 3. See yourself cutting that black thread. Notice how everybody in the circle has used their golden scissors to cut this thread. And the town is now free. Get a sense of your town is now free. And at this point, Archangel Michael steps forward because everyone is still making a very, very respectful circle around these 33 police officers. And at this point, Archangel Michael steps forward. And he telepathically communicates that he is using the higher self in the presence of these 33 souls to send a message to every single law enforcement officer on the face of the earth right now. This is a command and this is a fact. As Archangel Michael now steps forward, knowing that he is an angelic force that is representing the will of humanity, as we all stand in full support. And please observe now that suddenly Archangel Michael has a sword in his hand. But this sword has now split into 33 blades. And it is a golden sword. And it is a sword of justice. And it is a sword that guarantees the activation of God's will. It is a sword that will activate immediate awakening in the entire law enforcement paradigm on this matrix. Inviting anyone that does light language now, going to send out a very, very powerful tone and or light language. As Archangel Michael lifts up his sword with the 33 aspects, and on the count of 3, he is going to place this sword on top of the crowns of all of these men and women. 1, 2, three. So observe how, as soon as he places the golden swords on the helmets begin to alchemize immediately and become golden, and they melt off. The mask is being melted off now. Just observe how each brother and sister, the mask is being removed, and it is being removed by a golden power, a golden force is stripping these brothers and sisters of this identification. And just notice now how each of them has got their hand on their heart, knowing that they are representing all in the military, not in the dark military, in the law enforcement, the draconian law enforcement operation. They are so honoured, and they have their hand on their heart, and they are all sobbing. Please observe this now. And many of them are getting on their knees, and many of them are asking for forgiveness. And please know that all of these are forgiven, because Archangel Michael's presence is here, and they are representing a profound service to humanity. So just allow the vibration of forgiveness to start flowing freely from Archangel Michael as these brothers and sisters are stripped. They are being absolutely stripped of their identification, and they're just standing now in their civilian clothes, and they are on their knees asking for forgiveness. And just see everyone now rush to them and hold them and forgive them. And feel Archangel Michael's presence. Step back and stand tall as he looks down on his beautiful children, so proud. We are all one. We are one with the angelic realm. We are one with the ascended masters. There is zero separation. And then suddenly music starts playing, and an amazing celebration begins in your town, and all the police come, and they're all in their civilian clothes, and notice everyone's dancing, everyone's just hugging, the children are playing, no cars. And we're all free again, but we're free in a different way. We're free in a way that we've never ever known. So feel that now, dancing on the streets. Take 3 deep breaths to seal this. Seal this. We are so powerful when we unify our intentions. We are so powerful, brothers and sisters. This is the new normal. This is the new normal. Is celebration, oneness, remembrance, community. No more them and us. No more separation. We are all brothers and sisters. And now we are being called to observe a large white screen has appeared right in the centre of the town centre. Where all of our attention is being drawn to this big white screen. And just notice now your local news, whatever it is that for us in England it will be the BBC or whatever it is in CNN, whatever it is, just imagine that now, just playing up, just the opening music of your regular news show. Please just observe that. And this time, as the news anchor appears, notice that they're wearing very nice clothes, unusual clothes, very relaxed clothes, and that they're wearing hats, they're wearing party hats. And they're also waving banners, and they're saying, "We're with you. We did it. We're all one." Reporting from CNN, we're all one. Reporting from ITN, we're all one. Reporting from the BBC, we're all one. How's your party going on over there?
This just in. We're all one.
This just in. We're all one. Just notice that. Just really see that clearly. See the mainstream media, the news turned. And they're really in their child self. And just notice now that as there is then a shift as the disclosure happens for all of us to see. And we are very, very maturely explained to that we must all, eventually when we go home, we will receive the truth about the media. We will receive the truth about Hollywood, the truth about those stars, the truth about the orphanages in India, the orphanages in Africa. We will hear the truth about those people that we really, really, really loved, who did the most painful things to humanity. So just seeing everyone now dispersing and going home, knowing that we're all about to be red-pilled. Everyone is about to receive the truth, but we're all one already. We're all one. The virus, pandemic, brought us all to remember our oneness. See yourself walking home, coming in through your door, sitting down with your loved ones on the sofa, making a cup of tea, putting on the TV or the laptop, live streaming, cuddling up if you must, holding each other as you all will need to. As the truth is revealed. The truth about all of the technologies that were withheld, that could have saved all of our loved ones from dying, from sicknesses. The reasons why these were held, and the fact that they have now been released. And humanity has passed the test, and we are rising into the new earth, fifth dimensional earth with all the fifth dimensional technologies. Just feel yourself sitting on the sofa of your loved ones, feeling like the most cleanest bath you've ever had, like every single part of you has been cleansed. Knowing that all your brothers and sisters have all received the same truth. But our dignity has been restored because we said, not on our watch will the children suffer. With our generation, it ends. Imagining yourself sitting on your sofa, or wherever it is that you're watching, and hugging your loved one, whether it's, if you're alone, going to hug your mum or your sister or your best friend, whoever it is, but we're all going to be hugging each other. And we're all going to be saying sorry, whether we're awake, whether we're not awake, we're sorry that this happened. That your precious child self was born into a world where that happened. There's no right and there's no wrong. There's no sleepers and no sheeples and no wakers. We're all one. And very, very soon, in fact right now, this timeline is anchoring. Bring our hands in prayer position. It is so. Bring our awareness now back to being on Glastonbury tour. In front of us is this amazing spaceship, most beautiful ship we've ever seen in all of our days. Let's take a moment now to receive that final darshan, that final grace of this Pleiadian contact, this beautiful ship, soul family, galactic family that are always available on every moment. Just observe how Yeshua and Magdalene, in the form of the green man and the goddess, make their way back onto the ship as their work is complete and they have other work to complete around the universe right now. As we say thank you, knowing that our hearts are deeply, deeply, forever connected. As we see them wave goodbye and step into the ship, just take a moment to feel that familiarity with that technology that is before you. A oneness with this very, very highly advanced technology. And suddenly, before we know it, it's gone. It doesn't travel per se, it just goes into other dimensions, so it's gone. So we'll bring our awareness back to the circle. Just feel your brother and sister's hand next to you. Just squeeze their hand, just knowing that we are the ground crew. We are solid. We have been showing up for these powerful transmissions for so long now. We are the ground crew and we are representing the entire consciousness of Earth. So giving thanks for the circle that we all make, the solid circle, light workers. Brave light workers who know that the truth to self-realization is through the shadow self and the integration of all lost and abandoned tragic aspects of our child self is the way to ultimate enlightenment. So a light worker is one who truly, truly knows the absoluteness of shadow work. And that is part of the deal that we sign up for in this matrix. There's no shadow work after the fifth dimensional consciousness. Taking 3 deep breaths. We seal this. Knowing now, giving thanks to the crew. Giving thanks. We did it. The ground crew, we did it. Just feel the celebration all around as we jump up and we hug each other. We did it, we did it. We are representing humanity. We are the voice, the spiritual voice of humanity, and we are the ground crew. And we have absolutely grounded that timeline of instant disclosure. So bringing our awareness back into our physical body now. We take 3 deep breaths, knowing that we hold Avalon, we hold these Beltane energies, we hold these sacred energies of the green man and the goddess, of the sacred union, of Yeshua and Magdalene, the Hieros Gamos. That this is the source of our multidimensional power. We'll be invited to take 3 deep breaths to anchor this and seal this meditation into the furthest tips of our fingers and the furthest tips of our toes, that our whole being has been bathed now in the codes and the frequencies of home. Hand in hand, we will walk with each other, sharing peace throughout the land. And together we will show the world that love is in our hands. And they'll know we're God's children by our love. By our love, yes, they'll know we're God's children by our love. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. Give thanks that our unity has this day been restored, and they'll know we're God's children by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we're God's children by our love. We will walk with each other, we will walk hand in hand, we will walk with each other, sharing peace throughout the land. And together we will show the world that love is in our hand. And they'll know we're God's children by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we're God's children by our love. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters. Welcome back. That was very, very, very important work that we did. Oh my God, I'm grateful with my whole heart. Oh, hi Dolores. Hi, sweetheart. Oh. Where we go on, we go on.
Where we go on, we go on. Where we go on, we go on. Where we go on, we go on.
Where we go on, we go on. Where we go on, we go on. Where we go on, we go on. Where we go on, we go on. Oh, beautiful. This was very powerful, Lisef, wasn't it? That's beautiful. Oh. Thank you, guys. We did it. Oh my days. Oh my days. I have been healing. Oh, I'm very glad to hear that, Lisef. Brought tears. Oh, hi, Ben. Hi, say hi, Archie. Hey, namaste. Where we go on, we go on.
Where we go on, we go on. Where we go on, we go on.
So the next thing that we're going to be doing is our concert, and we're really, really excited about our concert, and it's going to be on Zoom. So it's £7.77, which is very much, it's a bargain really, isn't it? And we're going to be sharing some exclusive tracks that we've been working on. So yeah, it's going to be a Zoom concert. So I think we're going to have 50 places. So come to our concert. It's going to be next. Well, I think it's going to be next Sunday. We're going to do it next Sunday. So basically, is it Sunday? What day is it today?
Monday.
No, it's not. It's Tuesday. We don't know what day it is, but anyway, it is going to be Sunday. So sorry, sweetheart. Can we get that off? Sorry, we'll get it off. Oh, no. Just had a faux pas. Spilt some. Anyway, we'll get it off, babes.
She's in big trouble, guys. Once the camera goes off.
Oh, sorry, babes.
I'll let you off because it was the best transmission you've ever done.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't eat the
That's because
lit
of Archie. I
candle,
thought
Archie.
Archie was going to get burned, and so I thought
Just
I
trying
could
to
move
lick the
it.
candle.
Oh god. Anyway, we just got a bit of wax on the shapibo, which is a bit sad, but we'll get over it. I'll be there. When? So basically, our concert, we're going to be releasing tickets. We're doing this sort of like RSVP, but no one's RSVP'd. I don't know why. But I did it. We'll do it again. And then you sort of like pre-book your ticket, and then when we release the tickets, they go to the people that have pre-booked it. It's all very exciting. And so yeah, I'll post the link on this thing, on this thread. And come to the concert. It's going to be really intimate and like chance for us to all interact, and we're going to play some music, and it's going to be amazing.
We can just tell them the
What?
link as well because it's very easy.
What link?
It's just whole.org.
Oh yeah, whole.org.
/events. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, so that's our next event. And what was that? What was the other thing I wanted to say? There was one more thing.
I'm going to say we have really nice microphones.
Oh,
and we're going to do it on our nice camera.
Oh yeah,
in
we're
the
going to do
studio.
like a proper like posh production, guys. We're going next level.
And we've written a new song.
Yeah,
First song we've written together.
Yeah, it's I love it. It's amazing. We can't stop singing it. So we're going to sing that to you. We're going to have a beat, or is it just going to be us singing it? Doesn't really matter.
Be just us.
It'll be just us singing it. It's
We'll
a
get a beat
classic.
in the future.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I will sing one song. We'll sing you one song. I don't know. We might sing Roots. So that's exciting, isn't it? The concert. That's next Sunday. This Sunday, so a few days, not long. And yeah, a few places on that. There was something else that we've got going. I know it. Oh, my Patreon. That is brilliant, guys. We did my Patreon. That was amazing. Did it on Zoom, but it was like there was 13 people. I'm sure we can do better than that. 13 people, and like it's so powerful for me to meet my brothers and sisters in this way, in this intimate way, like on Zoom. Look, there's like 130, 25, 30 people in this 1,000 in the community. So for me to meet you all individually is really, really important, you know. And so I've set up this Patreon, and I'd love like you to come and like have a Zoom meeting with me. Like that's going to be next May the 30th. It's going to be always on the 30th, I think. That's the plan. And yeah, and we're going to build up a community. So we're going to like split off and get to know each other, and it's quite exciting while I'm on Patreon. Like, you know, you never know how long I'm going to do these things. Like, who knows? So it's just an opportunity to come and all hang out. Remember Milky Moon. Missed it all. Did a beautiful kid time with the Vita. Looking forward to rewatch. So, Christine Berger. So that. Oh yeah. So Patreon. So I'll post a link to Patreon as well. Like, let's get that going. And it is a really lovely way to support me as well, like just by making a donation, because I've stopped doing all my sessions because basically God was like, totally God had me on the 144,000, like the star seeds. God was like, got to work on them, get them, you know, like really at a high level. Don't worry about the sleepers, that's not your job. And then as soon as the storm happened, God was like, Jen, we need you as a queen mean machine for the sleepers. And so then it's like now all my everything, you know, for people that are like waking up, not for the like really awake ones. So it's been a really interesting journey for me, like, because I feel so driven to awaken the masses, and because of that I've given up all my one-to-one sessions and everything that I've done to do this work for God. And so Patreon is just a little way of you lot all giving back to me as a way of like saying thank you, Jen, and like you can make a £5 donation and anything. It's just a beautiful like offering, because a lot of people did want to, you know, support me, and I'm really open to that. I think it's really beautiful. So I'll post the link to Patreon, guys, and I'd really appreciate that to get that going. I mean, ideally we'll move to another platform than Patreon, because Patreon takes like about, you know, whatever, but for now Patreon's fine. So we'll keep that going and have this Zoom meeting, and yeah, it's going to be cool. Happiness, how amazing was that? Swirling light. Right, we'll sing a song. What should we sing, hon?
Roots.
Okay. Sorry. Stretch forth thy arms unto Amma. Stretch forth thy arms, stretch forth thy arms unto Amma. Stretch forth thy arms, stand firm on solid ground. Let your roots go way deep down. Have no fear for the heavenly. Sorry, Archie was eating that. Oh my God. Have no fear for the heavenly Father is here. Let your wisdom fill your soul, for the living word is being told. Stand up high, for the heavenly Mother is nigh. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. Mother, carry me across the ocean. So into the heavenly sea, where standeth the holy tree of life, and the Holy One of creation radiates eternal love and light into eternity. Where standeth the holy tree of life, and the Holy One of creation radiate eternal love and light, yeah. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. Mother, carry me across the ocean. Jah, carry me across the ocean. So into the heavenly sea, there standeth the holy tree of life, and the Holy One of creation radiates eternal love and light into eternity. There standeth the holy tree of life, and the Holy One of creation radiates eternal love and light, yeah. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit ground. Let your roots go way deep down. Have no fear, for the Heavenly Father is here. Let your wisdom fill your soul, for the living word is being told. Stand up high, for the Heavenly Father is nigh. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. Mother, carry me across the ocean. Jah, carry me across the ocean. Mother, carry me across the ocean. Jah, carry me across the ocean. So into the heavenly sea, there standeth the holy tree of life, and the Holy One of creation radiates eternal love and light into eternity. There standeth the holy tree of life, Jah, Holy One of creation radiates eternal love and light. Yeah, my roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. My roots are strong, my heart is open, in the spirit of devotion. Jah, carry me across the ocean. Father, carry me across the ocean. Father, carry me across the ocean. Okay, guys, beloved.
Goodness.
There was a lot going on with Archie with that song, I have to say. He was eating everything, absolutely everything.
Oh my God. Going for another?
No, it's not playing another. No, I think once you get in the mood, what about, I was thinking.
It's got sparkles on his nose.
I think we should play it. Oops. We are one in the spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the spirit, we are one in the Lord. We give thanks that our unity has this day been restored, and they'll know we're God's children by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we're God's children by our love.
Spirit. We are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Lord. We give thanks that our unity has this day been restored. They'll know we are God's children by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are God's children by our love. We will walk with each other. We will walk hand in hand. We will walk with each other, sharing peace throughout the land. And together we will show the world that love is in our hands. And they'll know we are God's children by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are God's children by our love.
You can't keep it clear that. So yeah, come to our concert, guys. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. This Sunday, a few days. Reserve tickets at the moment. 50 tickets available. Intimate Zoom affair with us in our amazing studio. So yeah, come and do it. Well, I'll post the link. It's all very exciting. So I think that's it, brothers and sisters. Thank you all so much for being here, and yeah, it's so powerful. I really, really deeply felt that in my core. Absolutely deeply in my core. So
Thank you, Jen.
thank you, hon. Thank you. So God bless to all of us, and treat your inner child every minute of every day. That's my advice. Mwah.